So Ghost Stars have just released some more information on Power Book 2 Ghost Season 2, and it involves some returning characters from Power and some characters who are going to have more of an increased part to play in the coming season. So we're going to talk about Lorenzo and the Tejada family, what's in store for them, Effie in a relationship with Brayden and Tariq, Jenny Sullivan who was working on prosecuting Tasha before Cooper Saxe, and Rashad Tate's brother Kamaal will be returning from Power. But of course, if you're new to the channel, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Universe related, especially with Raising Kanan around the corner on July the 18th. But let's talk about Lorenzo first, because he played a small role in Season 1 of Ghost, and being in prison, it is hard to play a major role, but he's going to be playing more of a role in Season 2. Make of that what you will, because to me, they've already put the wheels in motion for him to be released from prison at some point in the future. I'm not saying it's going to happen in Season 2, but in a conversation between Kane and Monet, Kane said within 2 years Lorenzo can be released from prison on good behaviour, and I don't think they've just chose that number randomly. But let's have a look at what this Deadline article said about Lorenzo Tejada, who they described for Season 2 as the patriarch of the Tejada organisation. Lorenzo has been calling the shots of the drug organisation even from inside, but as Monet continues to flex her independence and a desire to protect her kids from the game, Lorenzo's need to control brings them into conflict. Lorenzo becomes intrigued by some of the secrets that Monet has been keeping from him, and the conflict grows and threatens to split the Tejada family in two. And splitting the Tejada family in two is certainly interesting, because from the first season there's already been a big divide between Monet and Kane, and there's further cracks that are shown throughout Season 1, with Diana making it clear that she doesn't want to be a part of the game. Drew has also said that he wants more, he wants to be in college doing art, and he doesn't want to be in the game either. But Monet has her kids playing these positions, and she likes to control them, and so does Lorenzo. Lorenzo wants Drew to take over the family business, and in his words, it should be Drew, not Kane. And you can see why, because Kane is very hot-tempered, emotional, and rebellious. Given time, Kane may well be a great leader, but at this moment in time he's definitely not a leader. Monet's been keeping secrets from Lorenzo as well, and a relationship with Ramirez is one of those secrets. But with Ramirez dead and nowhere to be found, how is she going to explain this to Lorenzo? Will she come clean about who Tariq really is and who his father is? Will she tell Lorenzo that she met Tommy and he mentioned the name Ghost, and Tariq is the one who killed his own father? So Season 2 of Power Book 2 Ghost is definitely going to give us a lot more of the Tejadas, and we're going to learn a lot more about them, and I think they're going to learn a lot more about themselves as well, as Drew becomes more dangerous after being shot. Diana will no doubt be involved with Tariq and having an increased role and influence in the Tejada family now that Kane is no longer there. So there's so many unanswered questions and things to look forward to when it comes to the Tejada family. But let's have a look at Effie next. Now Effie is described as a Yale student, no stranger to drama. Effie's quest to financial freedom via drug dealings leads her to big competition, her former choke classmates Tariq and Brayden. But when Effie decides to join forces with Tariq and Brayden again, she'll be forced to determine where her loyalties lie, with herself and herself only, or with the people who have shown her their true colours from time and time again. Now Effie is this character that we still don't know so much about. There is still so much we don't know about Effie, her background, who's her connect, and can she be trusted? That's one of the biggest questions. Can Effie be trusted? I really hope she can, because I would love to see her working with Tariq and Brayden, and I think the three would make a really dangerous team together. But Effie, I feel Tariq will have to be a little cautious with, because he's been burned before. But just because he's been burned before, it doesn't necessarily mean it will happen again, because I don't think Tariq will be naive again when it comes to Effie. He'll know what she's about and what she's capable of. Effie's going to be forced to determine where her loyalties lie, and is it with the people who have shown her true colours, or is it with herself and only herself? And I just feel Effie's going to have a huge role to play in Tariq's life. And I did say in several other videos that Effie will play more of a role in Season 2 anyway, because I thought Effie would be transferring to Stansfield in Season 2 to be closer to Tariq, but it seems as if she's going to be at Yale anyway, and maybe this is how Tariq and Brayden expand, because Effie did say they could take over the Ivy League together, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it sounds. But let's wait and see what Effie brings to Season 2, but I'm certainly excited to see what her past is about, background, and what she's all about in Season 2. But Jenny Sullivan, why would Jenny Sullivan be returning to Season 2 of Ghost if Tasha's case is now over? And the answer to that is Jabari. After the US Attorney's Office swooped in on a high-profile Tasha St. Patrick case, Jenny went back to the status quo. That is until Stansfield University professor Jabari Reynolds is murdered. Now Jenny's back in the spotlight with an eye towards prosecuting Reynolds' killer, whoever that may be. Little does she know that the killer's new defense attorney, Cooper Saxe, is now working with Davis McLean, is sharing her bed, with access to a briefcase. Let the games begin. And from this it tells me one thing: Cooper Saxe is going to be as shady as ever, and he's going to be using his relationship to gain access to information from Jenny Sullivan, and they know Jabari's been murdered. It's not like Tariq's got rid of the body like Kane did with Ramirez, so Jabari's murder is definitely going to be one of the main focus points at the start of next season, but this article was very vague when it said Jenny Sullivan will have one eye towards prosecuting Jabari's killer. They could be prosecuting anyone. It doesn't necessarily mean it's Tariq, because Tariq took Ramirez's gun from Kane to kill Jabari. He could have planted the gun on anyone or somewhere to make it look like it was someone else, but I think it's Tariq and all eyes will be on Tariq. And what will play a huge role in this is the information on Jabari's computer, whoever finds it, because whoever finds this will find Tariq's story and they'll have some dangerous piece of information if they can put the pieces of the puzzle together about who Jabari is talking about and what had happened. And it's a similar story to the recording of Tommy that was floating around that implicated him and Ghost in the Lobos murder, and of Tommy killing Ruiz. That lingered around for a very long time though, and I hope Jabari's computer doesn't follow the same suit, but I can see it playing a huge role in the early parts of season 2 with Tariq trying to find this computer to destroy it. But the last character, Kamaal Tate. Once again, Kamaal is darling about his brother's advice following Rashad Tate's gubernatorial loss, and for once it seems to take as Kamaal watches his little brother take on a new role serving the people. Until Kamaal's brought in on the investigation at Stansfield, he finds himself front row seat for another one of Rashad Tate's escapades, but this time Kamaal's own career may be on the line. And for those of you who forgot who or wondering who Kamaal is, then he's Rashad Tate's brother. He was brought in very late in season 6 during Rashad Tate's episode of Ghost's death, which was episode 14. Rashad Tate went to Kamaal's house after Ghost had beaten him at his own game. But Kamaal's introduction to Power Book 2 Ghost is certainly interesting because he's a cop. He fits in around the investigation at Stansfield, which I'm sure is the death of Boz because Jenny Sullivan will be dealing with the death of Jabari. Where does he fit in with Rashad Tate? Because Rashad Tate is still having his own spin-off influence, and I feel this season, season 2 could be what sets up Rashad Tate's storyline to go off and have his own storyline and influence. It looks as if his storyline will involve his brother Kamaal because his job and career is going to be on the line. I don't think he's going to be as lucky as Rashad Tate is. Kamaal said to his brother that for as long as he's known Rashad Tate, well, he always manages to land on his feet. He's the luckiest guy because he always somehow manages to win. But he's going to have a loss in the coming season, so let's see how this changes him and what this does with the storyline with Kamaal too. But that's the new information that's been released for Ghost season 2 on Lorenzo, Effie, Jenny Sullivan and Kamaal Tate. And from the information that we've been given, I'm looking forward to 3 things. Lorenzo and the Tejadas, will there be a big divide and split in their family? I'm looking forward to Effie playing a bigger role in season 2 because her character is someone I want to see more of. I want to see them explore Effie's background. I want to see them explore her relationship with Tariq. Can they work together or not? Can she be trusted? And if she can't, how will Tariq handle her, Effie, Diana and Lauren all together? And the last thing I'm looking forward to after reading this article is Cooper Saxe potentially being a defense attorney for Tariq because he's been after the St. Patrick's for 7 seasons of power. He's not been able to nail anyone, and if you can't beat them, well, you may as well join them. And Saxe is no saint either. He's one shady character. He's as shady as they come, as well as Davis McLean. So that's the third element I'm looking forward to after reading this article. I'm interested to see how they set up Rashad Tate's spin-off if they do use season 2 to set up influence. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What do you make of the new information that's been released? Drop all your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'll try and reply to every single one of them. And of course, if you're new to the channel, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.